by director Alex Stapleton and
okay. Now I find it funny. The last 3 documentaries on black men, there's always been either a mixed or black woman either directing or producing said expose. Okay. The last few men that have had documentaries put out against them, there was a woman either running the show or helping to run the show. But let's continue.
Director Alex Stapleton and rapper and executive producer Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, titled Sean Combs, The Reckoning. Was there anything that surprised you when you were watching?
I think it was surprising that he actually filmed it.
It was very interesting to watch a man who's known for his brand presence. You know, he has a really amazing knack for marketing and all of that, and how he was sort of taking that into account in how he was coming off to the public.
The exclusive video also shows Combs in Harlem greeting fans.
Now, this scene here is he was in Harlem with Jim Jones. Okay, this is when he went to go to Harlem to hang out with Jim Jones, because you see Jim in a couple shots. They toast up and have a shot of alcohol together, and they outside and in the front of the store smoking whatever. Okay, but let's continue.
I need some hand sanitizer. Hold on. I got it. I've been out in the streets amongst the people. Yeah, I gotta take a bath.
Hey, listen, Puffy's been where he's been for 40 years. And you expect him to I don't know, understand your plight or see himself as your equal? You're not his equal. In his eyes, you're not his equal. You are beneath him. Okay? You are beneath him. This man said, I need hand sanitizer and I've been amongst the people. I need to take a bath. Not a shower, but a bath. Come on.
Like the amount of people that actually I'm coming in contact with, like that's what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? Oh. It's like 150 hugs.
Okay, now if we're talking occultism, he's right. You must wash off whoever had negative energy or just bad energy. You gotta wash that shit off you. He has a point. So most people surface level are being offended by what he said. If you're a high level practitioner, you know, you're a master of your craft, and you understand you just can't. Yeah, you gotta wash that shit off. Sage, you know, have somebody do something extra, you know, to wash off the energies of the people, because you don't know what their intentions are. You don't know what type of bad juju these people have on them. You understand? Come on.
Public person as well, and there was one instance in Harlem, and his reaction when those people
went away.
Got in
the car and said, I feel like I need to wash, like I'm dirty. That was. It shows you his character.
Was that the reason for including it?
Yeah, I mean, and what's the odds that you would do that in front of a camera? Like that's one of the moments where he forgot he was on tape.
How do you respond to people who say that it's more about the disdain that you have for Sean Combs than it is for giving the victims a platform?
What they consider a pre-existing beef, right, for 20 years, right, is me being uncomfortable with him suggesting that he takes me shopping, or I looked at it like it was like a tester, like maybe you'll come play with me. Type of thing, right? And it's not personal.
I think it's important to...
Let's not all forget that it was Puffy that gave 50 a job as a ghostwriter. Did people forget? It was Puffy that gave 50 a job as a ghostwriter when nobody would touch him in the industry. Puff did. That how to rob shit, nobody was fucking with 50. Puffy gave him a chance. And after he got shot, he was bringing guns to the studio, and Puffy was like, okay, now you're doing too much. I understand it, but you can't do that here. And that's kind of how they separated. But come on, let's continue.
Also, let people know that the show is not completely the perspectives of people that did not like Sean. We weren't trying to just get the highlights, the salacious details. You know, that the real goal was to storytell. And not everyone needed to have an allegation to be a part of this project.
The 4-part series also features 2 jurors from Combs' trial who are speaking for the first time about how they reached their mixed verdict, finding Combs guilty of 2 prostitution offenses, but clear of racketeering and sex trafficking charges.
Now, I like what Kirk Burrows said in regards to the jurors. He said the jurors failed to see the nuance in what Puffy did. Because like I've said if I'm on a jury, he's guilty of the trafficking. Like, how do you not find him guilty? He flew them across state lines. The two serious charges, in my eyes, he's guilty. How do you not see that? And then the one female juror, she was starstruck. She shouldn't have been on the jury she should have been kicked off. She should have been kicked off. Like, bitch, you in love with, oh, you see a celebrity. Oh, no, bitch, you should not be on the jury. All right. So in my eyes, the jury failed to do their job. This, once again, if the woman tells you no one time, that's enough. I don't care what she done did the 1,000 times prior. The one time she tells you no and you make her do something against her will, nigga, you're guilty. It is just that simple. I dare one of you regular ass men put my theory to test to prove me wrong. You would never risk it. Let's continue.
Both sharing their thoughts on the relationship between Combs and singer Cassie. Juror 75 describing them as two people in love. And Juror 160 saying in part, domestic violence wasn't one of the charges.
Now, juror number 75 is the old Puerto Rican man, and juror 160 is the black woman. Okay.
Cassie, is she a victim in all this?
I believe Cassie's a victim in all this because she came in as such, she's like 18, like 19 years old in the very beginning. After a while, over time, you condition for it.
The goal of what the film is trying to do is to let the audience kind of come in to ask questions like, were their decisions colored by certain things, and who got the benefit of the doubt, in that courtroom?
Do you think that hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip-hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that behavior.
If Sean Combs watches this?
But the culture is for that. There's no, Africa Bambaataa still running around. Y'all didn't do nothing with Africa Bambaataa. Who else? Like, all these adjacent offshoots of hip hop, your Dr. Yorks, your Nature Boys, these are all hip hop adjacent. They all spawn from, they're all little offshoots of hip hop, whether you want to admit it or not. So yeah, the hip hop culture embraces and tolerates a lot of this left shit. Okay, but let's continue.
What do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's going to say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time. Because you'll see people saying that. I mean, he may feel a different way about pieces and bits of it, but he knows the truth. I think he'll see the truth in it.
Wow, that was some finish right there. Thank you, Robin, for that. Sean Combs Directing will be streaming worldwide.
Okay. 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 Let's go here. Yeah. You can see the cops across the street from. Look, you see it right here. Those are all cops. Those are uniformed cops, literally across the street, looking at his window. That's your time. That's your sign to leave, sir. That's your sign to leave. See that? 1, 2. Uniformed cops. Why would uniformed cops be on a hotel balcony across the street from you? Sir, it's time to flee. Give Russell a heads up. Hey, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. This is insane.
Have to find somebody that'll work with us that has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business. We're losing.
Insane.
Puffy, Puff Daddy, Diddy, Sean Cole.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. Insane. Sir, that was your time to leave. That was your sign from God. Whatever God you serve, that was your wake up call. Hey, you got that tap on your shoulder. Hey, you know what to do. Hey, fill up the jet. I'm out. Fuel up the jet. I'm out. You understand? My man J. Jermaine, thank you for the 10 on the chat, bro. I'm sorry, 50 can have his beef with Puff, but 50 is controlled. Yeah, what, man, what? Hey, these motherfuckers act like 50 is just coming in, bogarting the game, and somehow able to circumvent and do some shit that Michael Jackson couldn't do. Like, listen, if Michael couldn't do it, there's nobody smarter than Michael when it was Michael's turn to run things. He learned from the best. He learned from Quincy. Quincy made it to be a ripe old man. So hear me out. Quincy Jones made it long enough to be a ripe old man, and then get to the point when you become old. You just tell all. You just don't give a fuck. You say, I don't give a fuck. And so he knows how to play the game. Okay, Quincy's probably the best player, one of the best players to ever play the game, and he schools Mike on everything. And please don't sit here and tell me 50 Cent's a smarter, a better navigator of the business than Michael Jackson. No, please don't sit here and tell me Beyonce and Jay-Z are better navigators in the music business than Michael Jackson. There's nobody gonna do it on Michael's level ever. You'll never ever see anybody, and I mean anybody, ever come close to doing what Michael did on the business side of music. They will never let you sniff anything close to that. So please, but you know what? I don't argue with 50 Cent fans. They believe he's, man, 50 really doing it in Shreveport, Louisiana, and hanging with the mayor. Okay, you got it. So yeah, hey, if you believe that's what it is, and God bless you. But don't worry, 50 time is coming. It's the same. Once again, y'all, this is the guy this is y'all's guy. This is manosphere shit. This is how Negroes down the street look at women. This is probably the best I'll ever get. I'll never see anything close to this again. Let me let me mark this moment. Let me memorize this moment. Let me statue this moment. Yeah. This is manosphere shit. This is y'all's guy. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Let me answer that. And then let me get to the confirmation of how he came across the footage. Where the fuck is it? Let me find it, y'all. Bear with me. Oh no, let's not do that. Nope. Is this it? Nope. Damn it. Oh, here we go. Let's go here. He was in a documentary, Roger Bonds. Come on.
I'm getting it. It's your bonds. Yo, man, how 50 get? Blah, blah, blah. Yo, Puff, take this out on that. Let me explain something to y'all. All right? Whether it's NDAs, whether it's whatever. When these young boys come in, first of all, he only deal with young videographers because he want to rob them, and he know that they want the opportunity to follow Puff Daddy, P. Diddy. They want that opportunity. So they get him at a low price anyway. But when you stay out so many hours a day, Puff wants a videographer with him 24 hours a day on call. Whether we on a yacht, whether we on a ship, wherever we at, he wants to videotape that, right? So now, they come to agreement. They come to whatever the pay is going to be. But then it be so many hours on that invoice that he don't want to pay. He gets in touch with the office. He gets in touch with the chief of staff. Yo, what is this I'm paying? What is this I'm paying? You know what you paying. You was outside all of these hours. It's 160 something hours in a week. You was outside 140. That's the invoice he put in. So now, being if you got a contract and he don't stand to that contract, guess what happens? He could do whatever he want to do with that footage. So now that footage goes to the highest bidder. And 50 had to be the highest bidder to get that. Yo, this is business. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't in love with you. Everybody ain't dedicated. Everybody ain't loyal to the point of stupidity. Trust me, calls I'm getting it as your bonds. Yo, man.
Okay, so that's how 50 got the footage. Jay Jermaine, thank you again for the 5. I haven't forgotten about that suspect photo 50 had with Soulja Boy with the mask on. Hey, that was on a cover of wait, what cover was that on? Let's go take a look. What magazine was that? It was the front. Was it Vibe? 50 Cent Soulja Boy. I ain't gonna front though. That track was hard though. It was XXL. Okay, that was a hard record though. I ain't gonna front. That was a hard ass record. Yeah, this is weird shit, man. This is weird. Super weird. Super weird. Super weird. But yeah, I remember that, yo. I remember that. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's super weird. Okay. All right. There it is there. Okay. Let's continue. Oh, let's go here. The audio of Kim Porter. Let's go.
6 Rescue 82, cardiac arrest. 76, you're going to get EMS 14. EMS 14, respond with engine 76 on scene of the cardiac arrest.
To your videos with Gene, and a lot of people who speak on the Kim Porter situation because I came late to the party.
The internet is buzzing because the feds have just dropped a bombshell. That's right, they released audio from Kim Porter's last 911 call before her tragic death, and what's in it could flip the entire story on its head.
6 Rescue 82, cardiac arrest. Engine 76, you're going to get EMS 14. EMS 14, respond with engine 76 on scene of the cardiac arrest.
Remember how it was all pinned on natural causes? Well, the latest leaks suggest there might have been more going on behind the scenes.
Do not see any foul play at this point, so we'll just keep in contact with the doctor based upon his investigation.
And how do you rule that?
And, yep, Diddy's name is swirling in the mix. Could the hip-hop mogul have had a hand in this dark chapter? Let's dive into the wild details that have everyone questioning what really went down. Unfortunately, Kim Porter's case remains unsolved as well, contributing to the ongoing mystery and speculation surrounding these incidents. Persistent conspiracy theories about Diddy's alleged role in Kim Porter's death have been around for quite some time. Now, things are getting even more complicated as Diddy's own daughters are starting to question their mom's sudden passing. In a surprising twist, the twins' nanny has filed a lawsuit against him, claiming she was wrongfully terminated for being pregnant out of wedlock. Business mogul Diddy is under intense scrutiny for suspicions regarding his involvement in the death of his ex-girlfriend and mother of his child, Kim Porter. To add fuel to the fire, Diddy recently fired the nanny who had a close bond with his daughters. Anonymous sources have contacted a YouTuber via email to share some inside information, stressing the need to keep their identities secret. The explosive email reads,
having questions about the passing of their mother. So to make a long story short, they don't believe their mother passed away from...
The email not only disclosed...
Okay, so let's go back over to email. Hello, I'm emailing you on the behalf of some news that I've gotten directly from someone related to Kim Porter. So she actually wanted to email you about this herself because she discovered that you have respectfully covered the story and speculation that was and still is surrounding the passing of Kim. But ultimately she backed out of it and feared that her IP address could be tracked and it would expose who she is. So now I was asked to contact you and give you some insight to what has been said when it pertains to Diddy's twin girls having questions about the passing of their mother. So to make a long story short, they don't believe that their mother passed away from pneumonia. Okay.
To make a long story short, they don't believe their mother passed away from...
The email not only disclosed the nanny's termination, but also shed light on the reason behind it. Apparently, the twins and the nanny were digging into the investigation of Kim's death. This reportedly sent Diddy into a panic, leading to the nanny's abrupt dismissal.
Found out that the nanny was digging for information by questioning the twins about anything that stood out to them that was strange.
Okay. They implicated that Diddy seemed a bit more on edge and extremely attentive to them a bit more than usual. The nanny was fired as a result. It's all over the blogs. The nanny did not get fired for what they are saying she got fired for. Diddy had seen a sudden change in the demeanor of the twins since the nanny was put in place, which caused him to interrogate the twins, and they ultimately asked him what really happened to mommy. Oh, no.
Range leading up to their mother's passing. They implicated that Diddy seen
Reports suggest that Diddy's decision to fire the nanny was driven by a heightened sense of anxiety, stemming from fears that she and the twins were getting too close to uncovering the truth behind Kim Porter's tragic death. The nanny, who had the twins' well-being at heart, has now come forward as Jane Roe and is taking legal action against Diddy for wrongful termination. In an unexpected twist, it has been revealed that the nanny is actually a niece of the late model, adding a familial connection to the already complex situation. Moreover, it turns out that this nanny was the first to discover Kim's death. On November 15, 2018, after dropping off Porter's twins at school, Kim's niece returned home to Toluca Lake, California. There, she made the harrowing discovery of Porter's lifeless body in the master bedroom, confirming the tragic loss. Now, the person filing the lawsuit against Diddy is not just an ordinary nanny, but Kim's own niece.
Diddy has seen a sudden change in the demeanor of the twins since the nanny was put in place, which caused
The unfolding situation shrouds the truth in secrecy. Shedding light on her perspective, the nanny reveals that following Kim Porter's death, Diddy asked her to move into his mansion to take on the full-time responsibility of caring for his twins. According to her, she was responsible for the twins' 24/7 care. The nanny asserts that Diddy reacted with anger upon learning about her pregnancy in August 2020, expressing extreme displeasure. When she communicated her intention to take maternity leave, Diddy, allegedly infuriated, terminated her employment just before her leave was to begin. She claims Diddy said her situation purportedly set a bad example for his girls because she was unwed and pregnant. The situation takes on an ironic twist, given that this criticism comes from someone who is the father of 7 children without having been legally married, adding an extra layer of irony to his stance. Moreover, it has been confirmed through legal documents obtained by TMZ that the nanny is indeed suing Diddy. The basis of the lawsuit is Diddy's alleged unjust termination of her employment, despite her claims that she performed her duties exceptionally.
So that's one of the 77 lawsuits, one of the 77 civil lawsuits that Diddy has. Oh my God, he's done. It's done. Bray J, thank you for the 10 on the chat, brethren. He always kept the foot on the necks of black folks. Tiny Hat Chelsea Handler publicly let 50 know that he was black and made him walk back his Trump endorsement after. Yeah, hey, I remember that. You know what? Let's see if we can pull that up. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. What is that? Let's go here. This is odd.
Do you ever think about black men?
Not a thing. I'm just open to it. I mean, I've dated black guys. I mean, I know I had a public relationship with one that obviously, was very public. I know he was a guest on your show, and he.
Yeah, I was so fascinated by that conversation. He surprised me. 50.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Somebody was asking me yesterday about him. And I was like, people think he's, his persona. That's somebody.
I thought he was his persona. I thought
he's completely antithetical to who he is in real life.
Yes. I mean, when he opened the door,
Yeah, he's a sweetheart.
He's a sweetheart.
He's so cute, and you just want to hang from his neck.
So what was that like?
Big and beefy. Yeah. It was fun. I mean, it wasn't the most serious relationship, but he came on my show and he sent me a bunch of flowers, and I just was like, I'm not going to be dating first of all somebody whose name is a number. I'm not going to be dating
for a long time.
And well, yeah, but then he flew out to New Orleans. I was doing a show, and we spent the weekend together.
What would you call him? Did you call him
Curtis?
50?
No, no.
You're not calling him.
I know. It's not like you could be in bed and be like 50.
Oh, God.
Wow.
So I love this. I love in one of the books where you talk about, your books are funny.
Thank you.
Your books are, and now sitting here talking to you, it's just like reading a book. I thought it would be just like talking to you. But you were talking about how you would come home, you would watch the Oprah show, and you would masturbate.
Well, Oprah, that's really uncomfortable for you to bring up because, some of these things I don't even remember that I wrote. And then you just keep saying how many times I reference you. I'm really quite embarrassed. But I used to come home after school and watch your show every single day. And I just thought, oh, my God, wouldn't it be great to give, just to give away cars or everything, the great things that you were able to do. And I was like, God, and then I had this show.
Make people's wildest dreams come true.
Yeah, and make them feel like, oh, my God, like I just lucked out.
But there was a time where you write in... one of the books, you write that you were really kind of in love with yourself.
Okay. Okay. Okay, that's let me just say, what is it? I remember that about Trump. Here we go. Okay. Don't make me do it. Okay. Oh, come on, don't do it. No, don't do it. Okay. Chelsea Handler bullied ex-boyfriend 50 Cent into renouncing his support for Trump. Now that she succeeded, she has asked him to agree to vote for Joe Biden. You used to be my favorite ex-boyfriend. The rapper tweeted that he was getting out of New York alongside with the message to vote for Trump. Alongside the tweet, he posted an image of a news program on CNBC that laid out Biden's tax proposals. The network's analysis of Biden's tax plan showed that top earners in New York City would have a 62% tax rate. By the next morning, he was doubling down on his position, writing jokingly in another tweet alongside a video he took while watching a Fox News program that he did not want to be 20 Cent, making a play on his stage name. He went on to reiterate his opposition to a tax rate of 62%, calling it a bad idea. It was after this that Handler offered her first message to her ex, whom she dated for a few months in 2010. Okay, after seeing Handler's tweet, 50 posted a screenshot alongside a message writing, "Oh my God, this is effing sick. My love life now." He went on to mention Handler directly, writing that he loves her and adding she shouldn't let Trump and Joe Biden come between us. Jackson stood by his decision to back Trump in a tweet later that day, sharing more content he was watching on CNBC regarding his personal reaction to Biden's tax proposal. But Handler was not opposed to allowing politics to come between her and her ex, writing in a retweet of her former beau's post that she would personally pay his newly high taxes in a Biden administration as long as he voted for him. She also asked him if he knew what race he was. Ooh, hey, fucker. I will remember your taxes in exchange for you coming to your senses happily. Black Lives Matter. That's you, fucker. Remember? Wow. 2 days later, with no response from her former flame, she wrote to him on the social media platform again, sharing a link to a story about her offering to pay his taxes in writing. This offer stands until November 3rd, Curtis. That night, she also made an appearance where she discussed her pressure campaign openly. You heard about my ex-boyfriend, right? He says he doesn't want to pay 62% in taxes, which, by the way, isn't a plan of Joe Biden's. That's a lie. So he doesn't want to pay 62% in taxes because he doesn't want to go from 50 cent to 20 cent. I had to remind him that he was a black person, so he can't vote for Donald Trump, and that he shouldn't be influencing an entire swath of people who may listen to him because he's worried about his own personal pocketbook. At that point, Handler went on to say that she's prepared to take things to a different level, noting she was willing to seal the deal if she heard back from her ex. I haven't heard back from him yet. I am willing to seal the deal in more ways than one. If he changes his mind and publicly denounces Donald Trump, I might be willing to go for another spin, if you know what I'm talking about. On Saturday morning, the rapper gave in. He shared the clip jokingly asking about another spin before denouncing the incumbent commander-in-chief in no certain terms. F Donald Trump. I never liked him. For all I know, he had me set up and had my friend Angel Fernandez killed, but that's history. For Handler, that wasn't enough. The comedian replied to her ex on Sunday, revealing that she had been trying to get in touch with the rapper privately. Honey, does this tweet me we can count on a vote for you for Joe Biden? I'm happy to discuss this with you privately. My phone number is still the same. Yours isn't. I've tried calling you. While 50 has yet to respond, Handler is pleased with the work she has done. Once you start bowing down to these people, it'll never be enough. Wow, I didn't know it was that bad. I don't remember that. That's some sucker shit. Over a white bitch? Man, nigga. Okay. All right, that's y'all's guy.